What's up, fight fans? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. It's your host, Billy here.
And Lady J.
And it's time to
take it to the ring.
All right, today we're going to be reviewing WWE Day 1.
What a great way to kick off wrestling this year. WWE Day 1 gave us non-stop action, wild upsets, and instant classics that has us fans ready to see what the rest of the year has to offer.
WWE is ringing in the new year right. Let's get into it with the first match of the year.
All right, so Sheamus gave us an amazing performance, setting the tone for what fans would have to look forward to for the rest of the night. Sheamus and his prodigy, Ridge Holland, faced Ricochet and Sheamus's former tag team partner, Cesaro.
Yeah. So, given their history, we already were expecting a heated battle. They've kind of had some beef for a while between Sheamus and Cesaro. And boy, did they deliver. Cesaro and Ricochet, they made quick work of Ridge Holland, sending him backstage for medical attention. And he had a broken nose. And let's be honest, guys, this is not UFC.
Not at all.
No, we don't stop the fight with a broken nose.
So this left Sheamus to fend for himself, a 2-on-1 handicap match. But to no one's surprise, Sheamus embraced a challenge. Sheamus takes on his two opponents and amazingly disposes of both of them for the victory with a big bro kick.
Then we see, we'll have to see what they have in for the future. Holds for Ridge Holland, since Sheamus showed up tonight. He clearly doesn't need him to win. Perhaps, we can see Cesaro reunite with his old ally in the future. Only time will tell.
Next up, we saw a high-energy battle between tag team rivals that left us on the edge of our seats the entire match. Kofi Kingston and King Woods, together known as the New Day, look to regain their SmackDown tag team titles from Jimmy and Jey Uso.
Yeah, we witnessed an absolute heart from New Day duo. They withstood several onslaughts from the Usos. They came back repeatedly with their own combinations, and I was a big fan of Jimmy. He did this really neat corkscrew off the top ropes of Woods. And then Coffin, he comes in with a legend kick, crossbody. Man, it was so nice, right off the top ropes.
I wasn't expecting so much high-flying action. So the Usos, they both double-kicked Kofi, did this tandem double Uso splash. And the Usos retained their titles with this combined 3D finisher on Kofi, pin out.
Yeah, the amount of action that was shared between the two was just nothing short of exhilarating. And there's no doubt that they will meet again for the third time for the belt.
But the Usos may only grow stronger from here, since they seem to be one of the most unstoppable tag team duos the WWE has ever seen.
Really, this is the truth. The relatively new Mad Camp at Moss, he made a name for himself tonight. With his match with Drew McIntyre. He came out ready for it.
I liked those suspenders.
Yeah,
snappy
came out fully dressed, dress shoes, little hat. He looked more like it was a business deal than a wrestling match.
Moss's partner, Happy Corbin, volunteered Moss for this match, and it turned out to be much more competitive than anyone imagined.
Yeah, that's the truth. The cheesy jokester really proved that he's not to be taken lightly. He gave the towering McIntyre a true run for his money in this fight tonight.
Moss at one point was running full speed in this match and literally ran into the turnbuckle and smashed his shoulder in the ring post.
It was pretty bad. But, Moss, he's a hard to take down. Even after a huge spine buster from Drew, Moss is still able to catch Drew in like this crossbody. And then turn him around and put him into it and then right into a suplex. It was crazy. Such a cool moment.
Strength there. Jeez, guys. And then at one point, Drew gets hung upside down in the tree of woe. But he pulls himself up with those freaking abs of steel and throws Moss off the top of the ring post and does a headstand.
Really cool, just super cocky.
And gets up.
Yeah, the guys are just running the ropes, and McIntyre hits this devastating Claymore kick, and he gets the win. That was enough to lay him out.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great match. However, Moss and Corbin soiled their performance with some extremely dangerous and dirty play backstage after the match.
Yeah, while McIntyre was conducting an interview, actually giving Moss praise for his performance in the bout, the two jumped the victor, placing a steel chair around his neck and then slamming him with this big steel bar. Just dirty stuff.
We'll have to see what the future holds for McIntyre, as he will undoubtedly have to recover from such a terrible attack.
Yeah, he definitely, it looked like he hurt him. He was really strained. But we'll have to wait and see what happens and what it means for the character development of Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. You know, will they keep their silly, corny personality that they have? Or is this going to be a big shift into their evil personalities and personas? So we'll have to see if they're going to be taken more seriously by the competitors. That could be the reason. We'll have to see.
RK Bro kept their title streak alive with another dominant performance, mainly held up by legendary Randy Orton. The champs faced the duo known as the Street Profits, comprised of Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford.
Yeah, this was a pretty good matchup. The match, it had a lot of flair going on between the two parties. You know, they had to come flying on the screen. You know, Riddle comes in, little birdies go flying,
coming out of his sandals,
and you know, it's always cool. And then you got Montez, he shows off with some push-ups, he's got some dance moves, he's showing off. You know, it was cool.
It was very fun. So the challengers put up a valiant effort, showing absolutely no fear towards the apex predator and crushing his title partner Riddle. If Riddle didn't have Orton on his side, it's obvious who would not still have the belt.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. Sorry, Riddle, I'm a big fan. But honestly, if it was anyone else other than Orton, we would have been looking at new Raw tag team champions for sure. The Street Profits. They would have taken that match, no problem. Luckily for Riddle, though, the Viper just demolished the two contenders almost simultaneously with like this great double DDT, followed up with a flying RKO to help out Riddle. It was neat.
Yeah. The duo secured another victory to continue their reign as tag team champs.
Yeah, champs. It was cool.
There was also extra excitement for this match as the popular music group Migos joined the champs as they walked out ringside and in the victory celebration.
Yeah, I really didn't know who they were until that night. Maybe I'm just that lame. But so the rivalry between WWE legends and the future Hall of Famers Edge and The Miz finally come to a boiling point for the first time of the year. And between the two of them, we get to see a big fight.
Oh, yeah. This was a great match. So Miz has a lot of disdain for the Edge because of the love the fans have for him. Even after his extended time away from the ring, Miz believes that he has done just as much, if not more, than Edge, even through injuries, and hasn't gotten the same love or respect that his foe does.
You know, Edge in the past, you know, he stated that it's basically because the Miz just he commands respect. The Edge does, but the Miz, you know, the Edge says he has to earn it. You know, and this only kind of infuriates.
You can't ask for it.
Miz,
you get it or you don't.
Exactly.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So these two finally meet and immediately go to blows. The Miz's wife, Maurice, employed a few dirty tactics, as she did in the past, to distract Edge. You know, a handbag can be very dangerous in the ring, by the way, giving her husband an advantage.
Yeah, this didn't work to her favor, however. Since the Edge's wife, you know, eventually energetic, like just equally energetic.
Oh, she's so scary.
She comes out just intimidating.
She had like smoke coming out of her. It was
it just ran him all the way down the ramp.
Oh yeah, Maurice was gone,
leaving the Miz to fend for himself. It was pretty good.
So the Edge ended him with his signature spear, securing the victory alongside his wife. The saying proves true: behind every strong man is an even stronger woman.
And she showed she's just that.
Yeah, the glam was on for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty neat seeing her come out. She kind of looked like a Viking with
yes,
hair, right?
I love the hair. Okay, Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch put up an instant classic for the Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah, Morgan is looking for a redemption, and she almost defeated Big Time Bex for the title earlier this month. However, fan favorite came up short against the champ after she gave a performance that no one can doubt.
Not at all.
Both opponents to their absolute limit.
All right, so I was a big fan of Liv's rope walking, flipping, sunset flip power bomb. The challenger came out with an overwhelming energy that Becky Lynch was utterly stunned by.
Yeah, she showed up. There were several moments between the two where you couldn't even see between back and forth. It was really kind of neat. You see them up fighting.
I wasn't feeling. Yeah, they were bewildered and worried. I'm like, where is the man? The man should not be worried. Anyways, experience by the man was the deciding factor in this match, as Becky was able to withstand possibly the biggest challenge yet. Becky wins with a rock bottom slam from the middle rope.
Yeah, you can expect Morgan to climb her way back and eventually climb and claim the title. Okay. She continues to push up and, stunning efforts, and like she did last night, just keep it up, girl.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
The main event was nothing short of the greatest, most intense match that has been witnessed in recent memory. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley were supposed to face Big E for his WWE title.
Yeah. Well, however, due to last-minute pullout by Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar was added to this bout, making this already stacked fight exponentially more legendary.
Legend. I was thinking of legend for sure. From the start of the bell, you couldn't blink without missing a momentum shift.
It was craziness after countless spears by Bobby Lashley.
Spears, a broken announce table, crushing Bobby Lashley and leaving a path of destruction.
Wow. Then a busted barricade too.
Oh, man. Into the chairs. And we have F5, F5, F5s everywhere for you.
Everyone gets an F5. It's like Oprah out there. So Brock Lesnar emerged victorious somehow on an hour's notice after Roman Reigns pulled out from this match due to COVID, unfortunately. The legend was able to demolish all four opponents and snatch back his previous title.
Oh, yeah. Daddy's home. This was such a gift to start the year off as fans of the sport. There was never a lull in action from the moment the event started.
There's so much promise for what this year holds, and it's just started. I am beyond excited for what the future will bring for this year in wrestling.
I am too. Totally. We expect some gigantic moments in the coming events this year. Yeah. WWE has set the bar astronomically high, and they leave no doubt that they can keep pushing the bar after what we witnessed last night.
I agree 100%. Great episode. Well, welcome 2022. Let's see what you have to offer. I'm ready for it.
I'm ready. Oh, 2022.
Yeah.
Great year for wrestling.
So, yeah, we like to, here at Wrestle, or Take the Ring, we like to give each fight card a fight card rating. So we have 5 for Fight Forever.
4 is This Is Awesome.
And 3 is You Still Got It.
2 is What?
And 1, boring, worst of all. Don't even bother watching it. Check us out. We're way more entertaining.
Okay, I think this is an awesome match.
Yeah.
You can't miss it.
Yeah, definitely. Check it out. It was well worth the watch. Epic. And you said it best. They started off this year right. High expectations. Yeah.
All right. So take a moment to leave a comment.
Yeah. Like,
share, and subscribe.
And for more Wrestlecap videos and Wrestle news like this, just click that link right there below. And until next time, I'm Billy here.
And I'm Lady J.
Don't stop believing.